Action.
I hope you all are enjoying the dinner, and we're thrilled that you've joined us for this celebration of my mom and my dad. While you're having your dessert, I'd like to share a few things about my mom and dad, Ramona and Ray. So when couples have been together for as long as they have, they often say that they begin to look alike. I don't know. What do you think? I'm guessing you're wondering how these two found one another. Ramona, the oldest of 7, born in New Orleans, divorced with 4 children, 4 daughters. And Ray, oldest of 6, born in the Philippines, a bachelor. Who's going to get the rose tonight? Well, it all began at a child's birthday party. Well, let me go back. It actually began with Aunt Rachel. For those of you who don't know, my late great Aunt Ray, she was my grandmother's youngest sister, and she was a character. She was the life of the party. She was a huge personality. So yeah, here's Aunt Rachel in her element. Yeah. Mardi Gras. Yeah. So this is what we're dealing with. So Aunt Ray's best friend, Miss Liz, was having a birthday party for her son. And now whenever Aunt Ray was involved in a party or associated with a party, there was usually going to be some singing and dancing, a ukulele maybe. Yeah, somebody usually wound up doing the hula. Yeah. So she thought it would be a great outing for Mona and her daughters. Now Ray, he was the first mate on a ship that was docked in New Orleans. So it was his first time in New Orleans, and one of his shipmates talked him into going ashore because he was invited to the same party.
Look at them legs.
Really good to see those.
So in grand Renato Ramos style, he stopped and he picked up food for the party. He picked up seafood. So when he got to the party, he noticed Ramona and all her girls, and we, the girls, were all complaining about having to peel our own crabs. Okay, so
Liddy still complains.
Mr. Ray started peeling crabs for us. And so that immediately impressed my mom. And because he was so attentive to her girls. And before you knew it, Ray was peeling and feeding all of us. And my mom was, again, impressed by that because it reminded her of our grandfather, her dad. And he did that. So as the night went on, the music started and the dancing began. And Ray asked Mona to dance. Now, we all remember little tidbits from that party. Lydia, she remembers cutting in on that dance. And Mr. Ray picked her up and he let her join in on that dance. Angela, she remembers all the kids were crowded in the same room and they had shutter-like doors, and she was peeking through the slats. She was wondering who was that man dancing with her mom. And I remember Mr. Ray was brushing my hair. So that was the beginning. Ray's ship would come in town and we would all get excited to see Mr. Ray. Eventually Mr. Ray became Dad. And soon after, Rennie was born.
Woo! Yeah!
So that rounded out our family.
What are y'all wearing?
Amigos or something. So when Ray asked Mona to marry him, He thought he was getting all of this. Well, he wasn't getting all of this. But he also got all this. Yeah, oh, weren't we precious? But soon enough, those sweet little girls quickly became opinionated, moody young ladies. I look back now and I think of all my dad left behind. His family, his homeland. I don't know if he was really prepared for what he was getting into. All the sharing he was going to have to do. You know, he had to share his car, his razor, his time, but most of all, he had to share his mom. Not only to us kids, but to everyone else that my mom gave to. Together, they taught us to become independent individuals. They saw, there. Don't get ahead of yourself. They saw us through dating and heartaches, achievements and disappointments. They supported our crazy interests and always made sure we had enough of everything. And if caring for and feeding and clothing 5 kids wasn't enough to break the bank, this started. And again, and again, and again, and again. But more important than our weddings and giving us away, when life didn't turn out exactly as we planned it, my mom and dad were always there to help us pick up the pieces, and that has never changed. So Mona and Ray are both very independent people, each with their own interests. Mom was very involved in the church and the Filipino community. And her forever friends.
Yeah.
And she enjoyed music and following James Dupree. And Dad, he was always very serious about his work. And that hasn't changed either. He is still very devoted to the company he built.
Support him.
But Dad always supported Mom's interests. They really do work as a team. So when you get Ramona, the social butterfly, the front woman, you also get Ray's support and his generosity. Trials and hardship either make or break a marriage, and Mona and Ray have survived it all. A house fire in 2000 nearly destroyed their home on Mumphrey Road. And just 5 years later, after rebuilding, Katrina took that home and nearly everything they built together. They both picked up the pieces and helped everyone get on their feet. It wasn't the first time they came to the aid of others. They opened their home to many family members at one time or another. They helped many get out of a bind a time or two. They are friends worth keeping, for sure. Through the years, they cared for each other's parents and comforted one another when the time to say goodbye to their parents and to siblings. There were health scares along the way, but we are blessed. At 73 and 74, our mom and dad are healthy and happy and continue to love life. Now, if the hard times make or break a marriage, the good times will solidify one. The grandkids brought much joy to our family. Little Rennie, Maria, Zoe, Lou Sarah, and Khaleesi. And of course, the grand dogs. And as our parents became grandparents, oops, I forgot one, there's one more. I forgot to slip him in because he was sick. And as our parents became grandparents, and we became moms and dads and aunts and uncles, we got a better understanding of their selflessness, sacrifice, the eagerness to teach us our faith, tradition, and heritage, love of country, and the importance of forgiveness and discipline. All of the things we learned from our parents. As we were maturing and realizing the importance of life, Ray and Mona were enjoying the legacy they built. Traveling with the grandkids, attending school functions, sports, cheer competitions, college life. They enjoyed the grandkids so much, they began acting like them. I mean, really acting like them. They enjoyed us too. They watched us succeed in life and joined in on our interests and antics. They got good at letting go when their hearts just wanted to hold on. And they were even better at welcoming us back home. Everything we have and everything we do is because of you. Thank you, Mom and Dad.